Hey there everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we played the Gobbler Classic 2025 at North Asheboro Park in Asheboro, North Carolina, presented by Zoo City Disc Golf Club. This was a non-sanctioned event. It was mainly, day after Thanksgiving, a fun tournament to get out and play, have fun with some people, and it was a first round was singles, second round doubles. I was not able to stay for the doubles round. I had some other things I needed to get done this afternoon, but I was able to play the singles round and had a good time. It was extremely cold, extremely windy today, and pretty rough round, but I had a good time. It was fun. Got to play with some good people, and had a good time. And today I threw a Prodigy bag. I just got restocked on a bunch of Prodigy stuff. I threw Prodigy for a while and really liked them, and decided to go back and try them out again. And I gotta say, even though mainly my putting was horrible today, putting got me. My throws felt good for the most part, and something about this 500 plastic with Prodigy, I just really like the feel of it. So I've got mostly 500 plastic in the bag, and a couple of MVP discs, had the Fireball in there. I am throwing a very stunted bag. I think I only had like 11 discs or something like that. So I was trying to make sure I didn't load up on too many discs, I guess, so I wouldn't have a lot of options. I had to make do with what I had, and I think it went pretty well other than the putting, and you'll see that. It's just my hands were frozen, and it was so cold and windy, and it was just tough. But overall, had a good time, and let's get into the first hole, which is hole number 12. Unfortunately, I missed my drive off the first hole, but I did get up here in the middle of the fairway with the F3. And I'm going to take my PX3 and just throw it up here next to the basket. It's going to be a pretty short putt here for par. And I'm in full thermals. I got thermal pants, I've got a base layer, I've got thermal jacket, I've got the hand warmer on the front. Here I'm throwing a Fireball, and the wind is just ripping. I'm absolutely freezing right now. Trying to do a flex forehand, and that Fireball was so stable. This should have been an easy upshot, and I just yanked it hard right. At this point, it's hard to feel the disc in your hands, but so this was for par, and I just fell short of the cage. It was so hard to putt in this wind because, it was just taking the disc and throwing it everywhere. Hole 14, I'm going to throw the Fireball again on a little forehand. That's where my foot caught that T-pad. Is so uneven. It's got these little bumps in it, and my toe caught it, and luckily I stopped. But I was able to recover and get that Fireball right down the middle. And this is a bad shot. This has nothing to do with wind or anything else. It's just I did not expect it to go that far right out of the hand. Put way too much ante on it, and I thought I had that putt. When I let it go, I thought it was going in the basket, and it just brushed by the chain. These are very old baskets, by the way, and I thought that was in out of the hand, and so I'm going to take a double bogey here, unfortunately. Hole 15, I'm going to be throwing the F3 again. I'm trying to go down that kind of middle right gap, and I just grip lock it again. I had a few grip locks here at the start of the round, unfortunately, but I did get up, out down near the basket. It's just behind this tree, and I tried to throw it lower than I did, but unfortunately I threw it up in the branches. And so I've got this long shot here to try to save a par, and just out of the hand. I don't know what was going on. It was a rough round. So I'm gonna take 2 double bogeys in a row. To start. I do calm it down a bit though. Hole 16, gonna take the M3, and had a really good throw out of the hand with it. I thought I got a little bit further than I actually did. I thought I was under the basket, or just about under the basket, but it did come up just a little bit short. but this is probably a 20-25 footer to try to make birdie, and unfortunately it was just low. I mean, you can see how hard the wind is blowing right there. Hole 17A, they did have 2 temporary holes out here, PX3, and I was so close to acing. That was so close, but the card did get a star frame here, so we all birdied on this hole. We had 2 ace runs and one that was pretty close, but wasn't really an ace run. 17B, this was a tough shot because you had to go mando of that light pole. It had to go right of it, and I did get it out there into the opening. So I'm taking my F3 here for the second shot. This is a par 3, by the way, which is kind of insane, but I thought I got so much closer. All of us on the card thought I was inside circle 1, or much closer inside circle 1, and but this is for the par. And just unfortunately didn't make it, so I'm gonna take another bogey here. Hole 18. I'm trying a fun shot here, because this is not sanctioned, so I'm just trying to have some fun. I'm doing this thumber, trying to go rip it down that kind of left side, and it was very close to making it. I caught one tree here, but right there my push-off foot slipped, and I just threw that A2 straight into the ground because I had to try to catch myself a little bit. So unfortunately, this is me a long putt to try to save par. And I thought I had it, caught the right side of the cage. Another bogey. You can see how cold it is. People hugging themselves. Trying to do the fireball here on hole 1, and I just threw it up. Unfortunately. That fireball is so stable. But take the P3X here and try to get it down that right side and let it filter into the basket. Really good shot out of the hand. I thought I had it, but it kind of skipped and rolled down the hill a bit. So I have a long return putt to try to save par. And just unfortunately, just went high with it. So another bogey. Hole 2, I'm trying to throw a thumber again, and you're gonna see the wind just grab this disc and throw it throw it left into the tree. I probably shouldn't have been trying to throw these thumbers with how windy it was. Recovery shot with the A3 here. Really like this one out of the hand, and I thought I was going to sneak through, but I did get knocked down just a little bit. So I've got a tester to try to save par, and unfortunately, it just kind of, the wind kind of killed it on me and knocked it down. So another bogey. Hole number 3, I'm going to throw the A2 on a forehand, and it just got cranked over a little bit more than I wanted. It did finish fine, but it wasn't as close as I was hoping it would be. It kind of rode straight longer than I wanted, but a long bid here for the birdie. I mean, it was on full hyzer out of the hand, and the wind just held it. It would not let it come anywhere near the basket on that putt. So unfortunately, you got to take a par there, or fortunately. Hole 4, taking the F3, and out of the hand, I thought I was going to make it. I thought I had absolutely crushed it, and I caught that one guardian tree in the middle, right there in front of me. Taking the PA5 here. I'm trying to throw it just up under the basket, and it just held straight a little bit longer than I wanted it to. So unfortunately hit that tree and actually rolled backwards. So this is to try to save par, and I just could not putt. It was a rough round of putting. Another bogey. Taking the PA5 here, and I'm trying to throw it flat and let it ride down the hill. And unfortunately, there's a pretty good headwind here, and it's just going to grab it and throw it straight into the ground. Just threw it straight down. I'm trying to take the PX3, and I did kind of what I wanted. I wanted more of a spike on it, but it was fine. It finished how how I could expect. So pretty easy par. Hole number 6, I'm taking the M3 and I'm just throwing it down the middle. This is a tough shot. It's such a narrow gap. And luckily I got down middle of the fairway, but I'm going to sit here and absolutely flub this shot. This should have just been an upshot, a putt. And the disc just got up and rode right. I don't know why. It was gliding right like it was a negative turn to it. But almost saved the par there. But unfortunately I took a bogey. Hole 7, I'm trying a thumber again. Watch this. Watch the wind right there. The wind just threw it left. I mean, just threw it left. I just had to take the A3 for the approach shot. I actually had a really good approach, but if you can see, when it hits the ground and gets up on edge, the wind just threw it left away from the basket. I mean, once it got up flat, straight on edge, then that wind just, like a paper plate, just grabbed it and threw it. So unfortunately, another bogey. This is another temp hole. I believe this is 8A, I think. It's an island hole. You have to be in that grass ahead, that little island. I'm taking the F1 and trying to throw it on like a spike hyzer. I actually had a really good shot out of the hand. The wind did push it down. I thought I was going to be all around the basket, but that wind just threw it down short. But it actually gave it a pretty good bid there for the birdie. Hit the pole. But going to take a pretty easy par on this one. Hole 8B, I'm going to take the M3, and I thought I threw it just right out of the hand. I thought it was going to move right for me, and it threw it right into that tree and almost kicked it out of bounds, but luckily I did stay in bounds. So I'm going to take the PX3 here and just throw it up near the basket. Pretty good upshot. I'm going to get up here and have a pretty short par putt. Hole number 9, I'm trying the PA5. I wanted to get it to flip up and turn over, and unfortunately I threw it a little bit too far left, and so it turned into the tree. And I'm trying not to fall down this hill. This is extremely slippery where I am, so I'm trying to take the A3 and just kind of toss it down that middle gap, and unfortunately I threw it right into the tree. So here's the PX3. I'm trying to throw this into the basket. I actually said right before this I'm going to throw it in, and I almost did. Right there, I almost skipped in. So I'm just going to take a short bogey putt here. Hole 10, F3. This is a long tee shot to get over that stuff on the right. I should have probably thrown the F1 and just got out there on the left, but it worked out. We did have to look for my disc for a couple of minutes. I was kind of in this swampy area, but did find it. Took the F1 here and just put it up under the basket. So pretty easy par. Luckily they weren't playing that swampy area as OB. And then hole 11, our last hole, taking the PA5 again. That's how I meant to throw it off a 9. And this is me saying, just get left. But it's fine. I was perfectly pin high. I was just a little bit to the right because it didn't come back for me. Gave it a good bid, almost had it for the birdie, but unfortunately going to take a par to finish it out. So by the end of the round, I went 8 over, plenty of bogeys in there, plenty, some 5s in there, a couple of pars, no birdies unfortunately, but overall it was a fun day. Like I said, I really enjoyed it, getting out, and it was nice to be able to just go out and play and not have any, kind of pressure of it being a sanctioned event and knowing it's going to be rated and all of that stuff. So it was, like I stated, a little bit, colder than I would have liked it to be. Actually, it wasn't. Temperature-wise, it wasn't bad. It was the wind. The wind made it so much colder. There was some times when the wind stopped for a couple of minutes that it actually felt pretty good, but then the wind would pick back up again. So other than the wind, the thermals did pretty well. If it had been a calm day, I think it would have been absolutely fine. Wouldn't have had any issues. I mean, it was tough to keep the hands warm, even at the hand warmers, just because of the wind chill. But overall, like I say, it was fun. Tied for 22nd. I think there was 30 in my division, something like that. So kind of that fourth quartile finish. But there's always next time. And the next tournament I have scheduled is the Springwood Players Course Open, December 13th, coming up from Springwood Disc Golf Course. I look forward to bringing that one, and no matter what the weather, I'll be out there to play it. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you again next time.